guys often describe this as a hit-first league. Why was Denver able to hit first, and what did you think of your guys' response?
Yeah, I thought Murray definitely responded with the first hit, and he was going early and often, and we had trouble guarding him. We just missed some shots that we have made here in the past, and we just this is a game that we typically don't have, and so the group that finished the game played hard. We got down to 16, but just our energy and effort was low, and we got a game tomorrow to respond.
What do you think about Jamal Murray to just get in that rhythm that he got in early on?
Yeah, he was aggressive. I think he saw what we were trying to do to him in the last game, and he took full advantage of that tonight. Made shots.
You guys have seen a few, baseball series, the back-to-back. When the team is injured as it is, what are the positives and negatives of this opportunity of playing the same team twice?
Yeah, I think the start that we had in that first game was positive. It just ended, didn't end well, and then the fourth quarter kind of started the first quarter for us, and it was carryover, and so we got to be better. The physicality, the turnovers, the missed shots. Something that we'll look at, and we have an opportunity tomorrow in New Orleans to get better.
I know it's too early to, say anything like on a statement, but can you give us any update on Lively?
Hurt. Didn't come back, so sprained ankle.
So the focus was after the last game was second chance points and transition stuff. Is it just the energy and effort that was lacking that allowed them to kind of get some transition stuff in this game as well? Was there any other reason to describe the fact that was kind of the message and it didn't quite translate?
Yeah, I think the big message is, we got healthy, and I think we just took a step back with Kai coming back, and we watched Kai play. It happens. When you get someone of his caliber to come back, you expect him to, carry the load, and so it's something that we have to talk about as we get healthy, bringing guys back. Unfortunately, we're still going to be with injuries, with D-Live probably being out, and so just understanding when someone like that comes back, we can learn from, and we'll be able to use this game as we get healthy, that we cannot just rely on Kai or Luka or Dante or D-Live. You have to do your part, and tonight we just as a whole didn't do our part.
Going off that, how did you think Kyrie looked in his return?
I thought he was fine. Got great looks, some of those that he normally makes, but he did not make those tonight. But again, out for 5 games, been out for a little bit. It was good to have him back in uniform, and again, we have another one tomorrow, so hopefully he plays in that.
Coach, tough loss tonight, but how do you handle in terms of have everybody stick together in the locker room, try to delete this tonight and be ready for the back-to-back game tomorrow?
Yeah, it's 82 games, and we the schedule we play tomorrow in New Orleans, and we'll talk about it in the pregame about what we need to do for New Orleans. This game is over. There's nothing we can do. We can just learn from it as we get healthy. The big thing is we cannot, rely on Kai or Luka to carry the load. We have to play as a team, and that's what we've been doing with those guys out, and tonight we just didn't do that.
Coach, when looking at the numbers from the past 2 games and Denver significantly out-rebounding you guys, what would you say you think your team could have done better in that aspect over those 2 games?
Yeah, just the physicality. We missed some shots too. We got guys that are not shooting the ball well right now. And so it's not just one guy, it's not just 2 guys. We got quite a few guys that we got to get the ball going straight. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow and try to put those guys in a position to make a couple easy ones to get their confidence back. And then the energy, anytime that ball goes in the hoop, the energy kind of rises on the defensive end. But the physicality of rebounding, Jordan again tonight dominated the offensive glass for them.
And then with Kyrie's performance, you already talked about what you thought of his on-court stuff, but did he ever say that there was any pain? Do you think his back responded well to the workload that y'all gave him today?
Yeah, I thought he was great. Yeah.
Thanks. It was just the process of getting back on the court, life for you, and out of the backfield tonight going through this game.
My back felt a lot better. The last almost 2 weeks have sucked. I can be real with you. I haven't really had any back troubles before. So when I got the MRI back and found out it was a bulging disc, I spoke to a few experts, a few doctors, spoke to some of my teammates, spoke to some of the guys on our coaching staff as well who dealt with surgery or dealt with just the maintenance of that, and it's on and off. So I just got to be very smart about it. But I'm grateful I got a chance to go out and get some minutes. Tonight really felt like I just hopped off the couch and decided to play an NBA game tonight. The warm-up the last few days were good, but it's not like being an NBA game and just getting rhythm. So I'm grateful my teammates had my back out there. Obviously, wasn't the best performance for us, from top to bottom. But just grateful I could be out there and got another game tomorrow.
When you say you have to be smart about it, how much is there a concern, or how much do you just have to be vigilant, and this is going to be somewhat of an ongoing thing?
Yeah, it's my body, bro. You know how it is, man. It's how I make it's how I take care of my family. So anything that goes on with the back or knees, feet, you gotta be very cautious. So just talking with the medical staff, doing everything that we can to make sure we have a plan and just go from there. But it's not really like a heavy concern in the locker room or with coaching staff or with our medical staff.
Are you still managing pain now, or?
I had to sit down every single time. I couldn't really meditate. I was getting a lot of uncomfortable feeling down in my hamstring and also just down my leg. So just dealing with some uncomfortable stuff, getting used to that, and then being able to get some rest and come out feel better every single day the past week or so.
What have the doctors or the experts told you in terms of is this something you expect to have to manage through the rest of the season, or is it something, is there do you recover fully and get past
It's a bulging disc in your back, so just gotta do your best to manage it, and it's not to the point where it's bad enough I need surgery, which I'm grateful to God. But I have the support on my medical staff, and a few other people in this locker room deal with the same thing. So just being smart about it, that's it. Not being too cautious. I'm most likely gonna play tomorrow, so just give it a go and just keep trying to get my rhythm and get back into game shape. And just go from there.
Did you know Shador before tonight, or and what do you think?
Yeah, I met him a few months back.
How do you think he's handled being famous at such a young age?
Great. Fame is a drug, though. So it's I don't really necessarily agree with all the things that come with fame, but he's dealt with the attention very well. He's very humble, but when he gets on that field, he's a killer. A lot of guys in my generation look at him as kind of that next guy, along with Travis Hunter and Cam Ward, and there's those guys that are coming in the draft. But the way that they handle some of the older generation and their criticism, I'm really proud of them. They really stand up to some of the older guys that just talk shit all day, and they're not living in the football life anymore, but they just sit there on their desk. I'm not a hater or anything like that for media. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes the criticism could go a little overboard into people's personal lives, and the way he's handled it, I'm really proud of him. And that starts at the top with his father, his family, and support system. So it's beautiful to watch that he has the opportunity to be drafted in that top 5, and his dream come true, man. So happy for him.
Kyrie, you tweeted, you tweeted, take the lesson and move on. What have you learned these last few days?
Oh, you read that already?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
With the injury, just what have you learned from yourself with these lessons these last few days?
It's got to be on to the next one. Got to regulate your emotions as best you can. But I love this sport, so sometimes that gets difficult after games. But I just got to give myself some grace, give the guys some grace. We got an unfortunate injury with D-Live tonight while I'm getting back in the lineup. So we just got to get over this injury bug and just continue to push forward. It's not going to be the perfect season, so everybody at home, stop expecting that. We're in the middle of it. We're dealing with it. We're doing the best we can, but we just got to stay together and keep enjoying the craft of basketball.
Back in one of the games in Denver this season, you got into one of those groups where you couldn't miss when Jamal gets into one of those.
Yeah.
And you kind of see that. How hard is it to stop it? Is there anything that can really be done?
Nah, you got to go in the first quarter, man. Anytime you set yourself up like that in the first quarter, you're pretty much, I don't want to say guaranteed for a 30-point game or 40-point game, but just the rhythm of the game, he was getting to the mid-range, shooting from the 3-ball. Those guys were looking for him. Last game, I think we made it pretty difficult on him. For him guarding the basketball, I think tonight he really responded well. So it's a great players do.
Kyrie, when you're
from Slovenia.
Hi, Slovenia.
I hope you don't mind to a couple of questions about Luka. Obviously, that's why we are here. You always.
Oh, this is about Luka?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so they need a little bit of. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Kyrie, you always talk so nicely about Luka, but does he annoys you in any way? Maybe with his taste in music, bad jokes?
Does he ever annoy me? Yeah, people get annoying. He's not the only person that annoys me. I annoy him too. But yeah, we just spend a lot of time off the court, just enjoying each other's presence. Our families getting to know each other. Yeah, we annoy each other when it gets wine gets going. Start telling jokes, and he starts bringing up how he beat me when I was in Brooklyn, and just all the extra memories and stuff like that. But yeah, it is annoying is part of friendship and part of brotherhood. So I'm not mad at it.
If you could put the price on Luka, what would the price be?
The price?
Yeah.
Whatever the super max is, right?
Daniel, what'd you think of Kyrie's return tonight, just the way he played?
Of course, getting back into the flow of things, he's been out for a minute, so he looks pretty sure he looks better than what he expected to look out there. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to, I would say, just, re-grasp the flow of the game for being out for so long, so pretty much it.
Is it tough, obviously having him back's incredible, he's a great player, but is it tough to kind of adjust when you guys have kind of been gelling as a unit without him now that he's back?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say it's necessarily tough when it comes to a player like Kyrie. One of the main ball handlers when he's out there on the floor, so we just play through him. And then whenever it's another guy going, we feed the hot hand. We try to, make sure we hit the right guys to get the right guys to take the right shots. That's pretty much it.
What would you say the biggest reason Denver, beat you guys pretty good on the boards 2 straight games here?
Pretty much just physicality. Pretty much it.
Daniel, do you feel like you brought good physicality on your end?
Not at all. Especially with these last 2 games, not at all.
Why would you say that is?
I really can't put my finger on it, Lack of effort on my end. And I got to be better to be able to bring energy to the team because, that's my job.
Have you felt like there's been an overall lack of energy within the team over these last 2 games?
Sort of, kind of, Just a bit of a rough patch that we're going through. We're trying to figure it out as the days go by. And, we're a good team to where we try to keep each other motivated, keep each other encouraged. So we're just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time.
So with seeing D-Live go down tonight, he's down with the ankle injury. More than likely, I imagine you're going to become that starting center now. What can you do? You said your energy wasn't great in these last 2 games, but what can you do now to bring that energy as y'all go into the back-to-back tomorrow?
Be better. Pretty much it.
Denver went through this last year. Are you guys now not comfortable, but getting used to being in the crosshairs every time you get on the court because you won the West last year?
Just playing the game, just having fun with it. I really never look into stuff like that. I just go out and just try to do my job the best that I can.
How much does your job change, if any, if you are the starter?
Just, different approach. You're going to be a lot more minutes for me coming down this stretch, especially with this back-to-back. So I just got to be ready for it.
What did you see from Jamal? Had a great game. What did you see from him today?
He was really pissed off from the last game, so he made sure he took all the shots that he needed to this game.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.